to a US oil update. This is the count in oil. Now, if you've been following me for this long now, I'm going to give you the count, the real count, right? Now, you may be wondering, what is this count? What does it mean? Well, I don't think things are looking too good for the future of oil. Let's put it that way. Okay. The pattern that we're seeing here, simply put, is the start of a downtrend. Right? The start of a downtrend. Now, you may wonder why that is even possible, and why would that happen? And then I'd tell you to look at what's happening to the US dollar long term. And then, you should kind of ask yourself these questions because they're important, right? Now, to really make you understand what we're dealing with here, this is A up here, okay? No, this is not a zigzag. This here is not a zigzag, right? It's not. Right? Because the waves do not make sense in that respect. They just don't. Okay? This is simply a wave. This particular move here is an A wave in brackets. This one here. This is the first leg of a B wave. Okay? So that B wave is down here in the future, right? Okay, don't ask me why these things happen, right? I'm not about knowing exactly why these things happen. I'm about the patterns. Okay, so it is definitely very strange. Yes, it is. But there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So let's just get into the pattern now, shall we? So this is the A wave. Okay, which means that we need to have the corrective pattern within the expanded B wave. Now, you've seen expanded B waves before in my analysis. I have explained them quite clearly to you, and certain waves give off certain characteristics which allow me to make certain assumptions. When I see things happen at the small degree of waves, they give me all the clues necessary. Okay? So first of all, you can see that after the A wave in brackets, we had the first A wave there. Okay? And then we had our B wave. Right? And then a bounce, we had our C wave. Can you see that? That's a C wave. So that means we'd have to have a D wave. Now, let's go down to the hourly chart. Probably going to need to go, yeah, no, that's fine. So there's your D wave right there. Okay? That's the D wave. Complete, done. Now, if you remember my idea, I got you in on this move. I'll link it below, and then I stopped reporting on it. Right? I was going for a process of expanding my knowledge, expanding my analysis abilities. Right? I don't question the waves, I just follow them. And now I realize that this move since November is an E wave. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on with this E wave and where I believe it will terminate. But first of all, the clues given in this move, at the beginning of this move right now, as I see them, as of this very moment, basically give away all the signs that this is definitely an E wave. Okay, and you're probably thinking, well, how do we subdivide this thing? Is it even possible to do that? And you might be thinking, okay, this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, this is a 5, and then what the hell is this? Is this the beginning of a move up? Is this third wave? No, I don't believe that. You may believe that, but I don't. So let me explain. Let me turn on my waves here. And you're going to see that what we're dealing with here since November is wave 1, A, and then we have an expanded B. Can you see that? Expanded B. Which means that this thing is about to make a move down. Okay? In C wave. So then you start to realize that we're not going to see wave 3 just yet. And this is a very common thing when it comes to E-waves. And the reason being is because once it gets to the top, it's sharp and then it's a giant drop. Okay? That's exactly how E-waves work. That's why they produce all the choppy correctiveness in the early stages. And then when they get to the top, they simply drop like a sack of bricks, right? Okay, fine. We know that. Now let's go back to the daily for a sec. I want to show you something very interesting. Now, I don't know why this has happened there. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so that green line right there, that's where I believe oil is going to go. $77. That's a nice number for you. 77 also will meet the top here. Okay. Now, how do I get these levels, do you think? Right. Okay, this is a very interesting way to look at it, but this is something that AriasWave now does. And what you do is when this particular pattern is made, you take the length of wave C and you put it there like that. And you get usually around that target. We're going to be targeting there, that price right there. Okay, but there's a but. You need to be very patient on waiting for this wave E to develop. Okay, because it hasn't corrected properly yet. And like I said to you, wave E's, right? They start off like this. That's just the way it is, right? So even though it would appear that this is ready to launch, right? It's going to do like, and this is very interesting, this thing, right? It'll get to the point where it'll just move like this, right? And you'll think to yourself, well, okay, now that we've hit this area, we need to see some kind of correction because that's going to look strange, right? And you're going to think, oh, well, probably we're going to see a bit of this, a bit of that, and then more or something like that, right? But that's the thing about E-waves. That doesn't happen. Once it hits the target, it does this. It just goes down, right? And you're like, wow, what happened? What happened to my trade? Why am I losing money so quickly? You know, this is what E-waves do to you. That's the beauty of E-waves. But if you don't know that it's an E-wave, you're just not going to know. Okay, and it's just going to be impossible to figure out what's going on here. Right, so if anything, this is merely just telling you to take the profits from that move that I told you that started back here, right? Because I told you, I'll link it below, that this is going up, but I didn't have the exact correct analysis at that point. Okay, I didn't have it. Now I have it. So I will be reporting more on this, but this is the deal now. Be careful with this move because it's not going to continue higher just yet. Okay, so hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.